Uncensored boxing talk for uncensored MMA talk. Tune in to the FightBig.com podcast show.
What's up, dudes? I'm in the middle of New York, and we're gonna find out what people think about the UFC going down at Madison Square Garden. Are they upset? Would they go? Because New York doesn't want MMA, mixed martial arts, in the city of New York. That's gonna change. I guarantee you that MMA will be in New York in the next 3 years. Guarantee you guys. The mecca of boxing, there will be an octagon. Boxing is allowed in New York and they're allowed in the Garden.
That's
but
correct.
They won't allow UFC and MMA.
That's correct. There's only 3 states in America that don't allow it, and New York is number 1.
Would you go see UFC or any MMA event in New York?
Yes, I would, especially at the Garden, especially at the mecca of all the world stage, Madison Square Garden. Listen, I promote all the shows. I do Yankees, I do Mets, I do Jets, I do Giants, whatever you need. We need that in New York, baby. We need it. FightBig.com now.
Madison Square Garden has boxing. Frazier fought Ali here. Do you think that it should be legal for the MMA, UFC to come to Madison Square Garden?
I just know nothing about it. I have no opinion. I have no knowledge.
No knowledge?
My opinion is worthless.
I like that. I like the Joe Frazier beard though.
Oh, well, all right. I didn't even know I had one.
All right, man. Now you know. Take care.
Take it easy.
Do you think the UFC, mixed martial arts, should be able to go down at the Garden?
Absolutely. That'd be something I'd definitely come to the Garden for.
New York State doesn't want the UFC here.
Really? They want everything else.
Would you watch the UFC in New York?
We need the UFC at the Garden.
Would you watch the UFC at the Garden?
Yeah. I watch UFC at the Garden.
John Jones versus Machida, UFC 140. I don't make it a habit of predicting UFC because I had an epic fail when I tried to do it. I am no UFC fight expert, so I'm gonna have to say though, John Jones is gonna win this. He's gonna stop Machida. The guy is incredible. John Jones is from New York, so how are you not gonna have the UFC at Madison Square Garden? I wanna go to Madison Square Garden, dudes, and I wanna watch John Jones from my state fight. And I can't do that. It's absolutely ridiculous. So UFC, MMA needs to come to New York, and I think it's a total farce that we don't have a go-ahead for this yet. And I believe the UFC is suing right now the state of New York, and they should. Why not have mixed martial arts in New York? You got boxing, it's regulated, there's rules, it's not a barbaric sport. It's just unbelievable that in 2011, I can't watch John Jones fight Machida. It's ridiculous. And there's a poster right there. Look at the size of that thing. And you're not going to have the fight in New York? Come on, it makes no sense. Pure hypocrisy, all right? It's ridiculous. Mixed martial arts, the UFC is not allowed in New York. They won't have it.
Really?
Would you watch UFC at the Garden?
I would fucking love for the UFC to come to the Garden, guys. Love it. I would love it that UFC will make a deal with New York City. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with New York City. They need money right now, so that'll bring them the big bucks. First of all, for any fighting. What can you not call a black guy? Starts with an N, ends with an R. Neighbor. It's a white joke. I don't get it either. Come down to the Hot Comedy Club, guys. Come down to the Hot. I'm a friendly black guy. I'm not orange.
Come on, let's go ask some more people what they think about this. Okay, so the mecca of boxing is not too far away, and that's where Ali fought Frazier. Now, they have a UFC, the poster right up there above you. They won't allow the UFC to fight at the Garden. New York State doesn't allow it.
Crazy, yeah.
So would you go to see the UFC at the Garden?
Oh yeah. Why not? Why is it banned in the first place?
What do you think about that?
I think it's pretty pathetic what's happening. So why not? Just why not let it happen? I mean, they let boxing happen, so why not let it happen? It sucks. Fucking sucks.
No, I'm not talking.
Come on, you like UFC, you just said it.
I don't know much.
Okay, well, I want to ask you this.
I like Nick Diaz.
Okay.
He's on
Tell the people that.
Strike Force, Nick Diaz.
Okay, what do you think? The MMA boxing's going down this weekend at the Garden, but they won't allow mixed martial arts in New York State.
They will eventually. It'll happen.
When?
Next 10 years.
All right, I say 3.
Okay.
So I think it's unanimous here, guys. Everyone said the UFC should be allowed in Madison Square Garden, in anywhere in New York. And people are actually shocked when I tell them.
What do you see? Nobody wants to see me do good. Devil staring at me with some black hoods. But I think out the box cause I'm backwards. I'll even dumb it down for a whack rapper with some whack words. You can hit all you want, I'm stealth like some blackbirds. It says burns when it's all learned. Now it's my turn, I'm the fire.